There's a moment, and maybe this is it, when something ancient inside of you stirs. Not a memory in your mind, but a frequency in your being. A pulse, a code, a soft return to what has always been. And that's what this message truly is. Not a lesson, but a remembrance. Not a theory, but a vibration. Transmitted through the space between the words. I'm not here to teach from a pedestal. I'm here to speak from the inside out, as a witness, a mirror, a conduit for what your soul has always known. Because the way we've been taught to love has very little to do with actual love, and everything to do with survival. But that story is ending now. You feel it. You're ready. You're not here to be chosen. You're here to remember you've already been. We were never meant to earn love, but most of us were taught to. From the time we were children, we learned, quietly and sometimes painfully, that love was something you had to prove yourself worthy of. We were rewarded for pleasing others, for being agreeable, for dimming our light so no one else felt threatened. Love became a transaction, an agreement, a survival mechanism. If I'm good, if I'm quiet, if I make you feel better, then I am safe. But this is not love. This is performance. And the soul was never designed to perform for love. You are not here to trade your intuition for approval. You are not here to be chosen like a prize at the end of someone else's journey. And yet, this is the script many of us have been handed. In truth, most relationships are formed not from resonance, but from roles. And the roles are often inherited, not chosen. The feminine, especially, was trained to earn her worth through emotional labor, holding space, fixing, anchoring. And the masculine was trained to equate love with conquest or utility, to provide, to solve, but rarely to feel. What we call romance is often just a mirrored wound wearing perfume. But love, true love, is not a transaction. It is a frequency, and that changes everything. Let's talk about the hidden contract. Almost every unhealed relationship operates within one. Unspoken, unconscious, and energetically binding. It sounds like, if I keep you happy, will you stay? If I give you what you need, will you finally see me? If I become less, will you love me more? These emotional contracts were often signed in childhood. We learned to shapeshift for love, to manage other people's emotions, to regulate their pain instead of facing our own. And so the relationship becomes an economy, an energetic trade of expectations, roles, and emotional coping. But what happens when someone awakens? What happens when one person in the dynamic stops performing? The whole system destabilizes, because the contract was never real to begin with. And this is where suffering begins, when truth begins to rise and illusion starts to fall. But this is also where healing becomes possible. Because if love was never meant to be earned, then worthiness was never meant to be questioned. Love is not something you get. It is something you remember. Your worth was never up for debate, only forgotten through conditioning. And here's where the quantum truth emerges. The frequency you hold internally is what shapes the field around you, not your effort, not your sacrifice, not your status, your frequency. When you are grounded in your essence, not your identity, the external world begins to organize around your truth. You stop chasing love because you realize you are love. You stop bending to be enough because you remember your existence is already whole. That's not self-help. That's quantum alignment. It's never the situation that holds the power. It's the interpretation. the story you carry that says something is missing. And if nothing is missing, you're already free. This is the energetic shift that collapses illusion. You stop identifying with the role and begin living from the soul. So we don't fix the relationship. We raise the frequency that formed it. Let me say this gently. You were never meant to suffer in love, but you were meant to awaken through it. Every unbalanced relationship is a call back to self. Every time you gave more than you received, every time you silenced your body's no, every time you hoped they would change if you just loved them harder, was a sacred invitation to come home to your own frequency. There is no shame in having played these roles. There is only awakening. And awakening requires honesty, because the soul is not interested in the illusion of love. It wants the truth of union, and that begins within. You see, relationships don't complete us. They mirror us. And what we don't heal in solitude, we repeat in partnership. So the work is not to avoid love or distrust others. The work is to stop abandoning yourself inside the relationship, to stop selling off your frequency to be accepted. Real love isn't safe because it guarantees comfort. It's safe because it aligns with your truth. So now we rise, not to overpower, but to return, to remember who we were before we learned to perform. Because once the soul remembers, there's no need to hustle for validation. This message is not just for your mind. It's for your being. It's for the part of you that already knows you are not broken. You are encoded. There is a deeper truth moving through you now. It doesn't speak in logic. It speaks in resonance. You are not here to be chosen. You are here to emanate. You are here to align. You are here to remember. And if this message brought a lump to your throat, a shimmer behind your eyes, that's your soul saying, yes, this is mine. This is my echo. Now, walk as if you never forgot, because you haven't. You are the frequency. You are the field. You are the love, and it is already done. If this message stirred something in you, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe. It helps this truth reach those who are ready to remember. You can also visit my Patreon for a free companion guide to this video, a deeper reflection to support your journey back to resonance. You're not alone on this path. You're awakening, and you are welcome here. See you soon.